Cole Reiner, the first guy to kick things off, blasting sand from Calgary. Let's see what kind of a number he can put on the board.
Oh, it's not going to be the way he wants to finish his national finals. This horse, he did such a good job. This little blast right out of here gets him marked out. He has to get going with this horse right away, but you see as he comes around this corner right there, his free arm comes up that puts all the weight on his right foot and all the weight off his left foot, and that's why he's getting pushed into his hand. He spurs himself back center, but that's probably not going to get a check in this round.
Not looking good, is it? Well, you know, what a great horse. You look at all these horses. And, you know, Tim, here's the deal, too. Guys like Weston Timberman, Taylor Broussard, they're players in this World Championship race. If there's big scores out there ahead of Dean Thompson or Keenan Hayes, it's going to make it even tougher.
It is. You know, on paper, I'm gonna throw it out there. I think there's going to be 4 90-point rides, possibly 5. There is some big matchups in this lineup.
Here's Weston Timberman, won round 1, 87 points. 5th in the average, 6th in the world. A little over 83,000 in 9 rounds. Part of that youth movement that's so good in the bareback riding.
And
there
so
we go.
Good. What a big time ride right here by Weston Timberman to finish off his first national final. And the key to this was the start. He nailed the start on this big bucker right here. Grabs a hold, holds his feet, comes around the corner, boom! Weston gets rolling, and he never let off the gas pedal.
Great look at it, too. Even with both feet, upper body square. What a huge way to start it off at 88.
88, man. That was textbook. That was, oh man, that was good right there.
Here comes Taylor Broussard, back in the average, back in the world standings, but we still have a little disco party here.
Disco being exotic like she normally is. Taylor, what a good job by Taylor to finish this NFR. This isn't the finals that he wanted, but he went out swinging.
Have an 88 and an 80 on the board.
The difference between these two horses is this back and forth right here. Head's coming up. She's jooping and jiving. That rigging's moving left to right. Taylor is just doing everything he can to get back to the front. He got a little bit off his rigging out of the second back and forth, but what a fight for Taylor Broussard. After 2 missed markouts in a row to come finish your finals off, good for you.
Here's Richie Champion, and let's bring in Steve Keenan.
Richie's been 89 on this horse. This is a great matchup, top notch. Richie placed last night. It was funny. He said, I don't usually place in a whole lot of hopper rounds. Well, he did last night. He's 8th in the average, 750 points on 9s, won 28,000. Going to try to put the capper on this. This is a horse that Tim knows really well.
Yeah, and what a career for Richie. $1.75 million. This guy has been legendary.
And don't forget that $1 million that he won at the American.
Yeah, there you go.
He's got to be on point with this horse. This horse he's one of the stronger ones in this pin. He's going to have a big jump out of there, move off to the left, and then probably stack up for a few and then come down right down the center of this arena. And this horse gets some serious hang time, but the drop is there with it.
Being pretty patient.
Looks like the $1 million man is ready.
Oh, turn over, but got it back. Got to finish. Got to finish. There's some power coming in there.
Yeah, you can see the power key into that 8 seconds.
You could, and it mainly was from right here. He did such a good job of spurring back to his rigging after he spurred over, but he was just a tick behind right after that. He's just right there with him, and it allowed Top Notch just to kind of go through the pin after that. You know, where he's on point, it nails that right there. Top Notch, he's going to beat Top Notch by that split second and keep him picked up right out of there.
About second at the moment, but keep in mind it's early. Timberman still on top, 88 points. Jacob Lees, New Scarlet to draw for him.
Jacob Lees, he's wide open. New Scarlet going to stack up off the fence. Big finish. This is going to be good.
That factor in the average, back in the world standings. Good job at the fence over here too, isn't it, Tim? You know, when this horse gets setting up right here, how good does that feel?
There isn't one that feels better than New Scarlet because she can stack up at any given moment, and it was so good coming around there. He just kept gathering her, kept gathering her, kept gathering her, and when she looked around there, he set the brakes at that fence and said, no, let's not go anywhere. Let's just finish right here, my NFR off.
Nice way to go out for Jacob Lees, his second NFR, 85.5, second place. Garrett Shadbolt, another Cowboy. It's not a factor in the average, not a factor in the world, but these guys are chasing that day money, and those are the dollars that Rocker Steiner, Dean Thompson, Keenan Hayes, they all need.
This man holds a science degree, chemist. Not only is he tough, but he's smart too. He's taking Redmond, Oregon.
Good job, Garrett. Finish it off, feeling that power, but getting back there every jump. This was the ride. This is the type of ride that got Garrett Shadbolt here. This was, when he gets this horse marked out, and the big right move right there, this was so smart to hold that horse and pull himself back center, and then it's jump, kick. Garrett's up and down, but you can see his upper body having to feel that power. The judges might get to him a little bit because of how much rock he had in his upper body, but his feet never missed.
84 the score for him. They're kind of stacking up in those mid-80s, so Timberman's still on top at 88 points.
That may change right now.
Yeah, you got 85.5, you got 84, and you like this matchup with RC and Agent Links?
Boy, I do. I think, especially with RC, I think this could be good.
The tallest bareback rider in the locker room, big old Calgary Bronc.
And she's going, RC's opened up. Keep on that rigging, keep finishing. Agent, I just wish she would have finished a little bit better.
When she changed to that right lead, she kind of took off, didn't she?
She did, right through here. This was perfect. Gets rolling. She's jumping, kicking. And if she is stacking up, she ain't doing it in one spot, but she is really close. But she sees that right, hits that right lead, and comes around that corner. But there was nothing RC could have done right there. That was flawless bareback riding.
Yeah, second best for him at 86.5. And here's Leighton Berry, the matchup that he has tonight with Nightcrawler from Pickett, and at the 2024 Bareback Horse of the Year, and Leighton Berry, who came in here number 3 in the world standings, but has just done nothing but kind of drop down in those world standings over the course of 9 rounds. About a big check for him tonight.
He's opened up. Nightcrawler having a fantastic day. Big finish right here. Oh, we should see our first 90. That was awesome.
That was good. And you know, in my opinion, Leighton has just been on the wrong side of the horses. Finally, this one runs in. How good does that feel in this last round? I mean, you got to be ready for it at any time. But how cool is this?
Man, I wouldn't have slept if I had Nightcrawler underneath me. You can hear this crowd in the background.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, he opened up, finished this year in the way that he won. There's nothing better to knock round 10 out with a 91-point bareback ride. And that could be a big spoiler in this world title race.
All right, let's look at the top 3 and what they've done over this course of 9 rounds. And you can see Bradley Miller coming from the back of the pack. 3 wins, go-around wins for him, over $212,000. Rocker, again, just kind of doing it the hard way. Won 1 round, but has been placing in just about every one since round number 2. Keenan Hayes rode well early. He's cooled off a little bit. And Leighton Berry just made that leaderboard a whole lot tougher. 91, matching the highest mark ride that we've seen this week, which came back in round number 5. Arena record, by the way, is 93. Virgil and Stevie Nicks were horses involved with that with Clayton Bigelow. We're going to see both of them in this round. Here comes Cole Franks. This is big for him. This is big for the World Championship picture. This guy's sitting number 1 in the average.
And he's got a chance right here. We've seen a flank malfunction with this horse with Rocker, but this horse had 1 bad trip this year to be talking in that contention for Horse of the Year. This little stud bucks. And it is big. He ain't chasing a gold buckle, but he could get his traveling partner a gold buckle, and he could get the average buckle right here.
There we go.
There we go. He's rocking and rolling.
Great job. What a week he's put together, huh?
Every time he comes here, he doesn't have that go-round buckle that he's so coveted, but I talked to him earlier today, and I said, Cole, if you got the National Finals average buckle, you'll never put a go-round buckle on anyway.
Isn't that the truth? Great ride.
Great ride.
Yes, it was.
87 is going to leave him in the driver's seat for that average title.
Yeah. He was 3 points ahead of Keenan Hayes. That's the guy that's come in number 3. Half a point ahead of Dean Thompson. So he doesn't have it won, but that's a great score to work with.
It is, and that was so good to pick that horse up around the corner and just make a great ride on him. He wasn't giving him that explosive trip that he wanted, we all thought he'd do here, but he made a good trip, and Cole just put it all over him. What a fantastic finals for Cole Franks.
How's Cooper Cook going to match up here with Gunfire?
Man, Gunfire, this horse is getting bigger and stronger in the years go. Cooper, he's got to let his feet fly. He's got to remember what got him here. He's a gunslinger. He's got to use the momentum of Gunfire to his advantage with the speed in his feet. If he tries to hold on to him, right here, right around the corner, fire them feet, get around the corner. She's going to jump out of it.
Wow.
Man, that's the power of Gunfire right there. That turn back. And she's done that historically in this round. She likes to turn back to the left, but she normally jumps out of it. And you can see there's so much power, so much G-force. You almost have to be like a bull rider cutting that corner to get around the power. And he sat square, probably thought she'd jump out of it, and it's not that he was game planning, but he just didn't make that corner.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Gunfire's been watching the bull riding, stealing the page from their book. But Jess Pope has Virgil right here. You got a past world champion, 3-time average champion. What a matchup. This is one of my favorites on paper coming into this final round.
Man, he finally got to get on Virgil this year in Baker and ace the 18-year-old superstar for 91 points. And if you want to back this guy into a corner, and you give him Virgil in the 10th round, he's got a long, long shot, but this is the chance that he needs right here. Big jump kick, Virgil. Now he gets rolling. He's given the hard trip today. You can see the power coming through here.
Good job by Jess. He had to work at trying to keep his hips over there, didn't he?
He did. Virgil's got 2 trips, and he just showed them both to us this week. He got the trip with Jacob Lees that's a little bit more rider-friendly, and then there's this trip. When he goes back to the left, the first half of this, there's a lot of back and forth, delayed kicking, but there's so much strength in Virgil, and you've seen that in Jess. You don't see Jess get rocked up and forth that much without a lot of power.
All right, now we get down to the crux of the matter. Dean Thompson. Here's a look at our projected world standings. If it had ended last night, Bradley Miller would have been your world champion. We have 8 more seconds to determine who wins that 2024 world title. Dean Thompson comes in number 2 in that average race. Number 4 in the world.
Man, what a pretty ride he's got started right here. Oh no.
You see that yellow flag laying there, boys? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, I thought there was a little
worried. Yeah, I'm with you, Tim. I was a little worried when he left there.
He just started spurring at the top of at the top of his rear out right here. He just starts going. He gets hit on that gate. Free roll. Yep.
Free rolled it?
Free rolled it.
Well, then that changes everything.
88.5.
Man, he's going to move ahead in the average.
Yes, he is. He's going to take the lead in that average. Bump Cole Franks to number 2.
Wow.
The plot thing. Oh, here's Keenan Hayes. Game trail. Having just a good day. He spurs over. You know, guys, no matter how this shook out for Keenan Hayes, I know what he went through in this. That torn groin is nothing to play with. There's nothing easy about riding bucking horses with a torn groin. We don't see Keenan Hayes make mistakes, and I imagine he's probably going to go get that fixed, and he is going to be an issue next year. But 88, it don't really matter. He's in the game.
Yeah, still very much has a chance. Wow, Leighton Berry has the lead, 91 points for him. Dean Thompson's right there, close to the top of the leaderboard. Number 1 in the average for him. That's a check for $86,000. Bradley Miller, Rocker Steiner, the last 2 guys to go. Straight ringer for Bradley Miller.
What's this one, Tim?
This is the horse that Keenan won the 10th round on with a 90-point ride last year. You got to forget all that. If you're Bradley Miller, you got to forget everything right now. You got to pretend that there's nothing on the line, that there's a practice pin here. This pressure of every scenario going through your mind, the trick right here is she's hard to get a clean shot on. He's got to just be patient, wait for her to not try to fall out of there, and go do what Bradley Miller has done for the last 72 seconds over the course of the last 9 days.
212,000, gone from number 11 in the world all the way up to number 2. 4th in that average battle.
Good job getting out of there.
Get him rolling, Bradley. Oh, he stood up.
That's a drop.
Yeah, a ton of drop. That's the thing with this horse. This horse doesn't look like she's got a lot of power, but she does. This big move right out of there with the late kick and the head go down, you can see it's got Bradley just rocking right there, and his feet aren't moving to get his upper body back. And as she moves forward, he's just out of time with her.
81.5 points, and all that's left now is Rocker Steiner. Things haven't really gone his way. Dean Thompson moves up from number 2 to number 1 in the average. That's a $16,000 swing. Yeah. Dean Thompson's second in the round at 88.5 points. Rocker is pretty much all or nothing right here with Stevie Nicks.
Well, it could be all or nothing with Stevie Nicks, right, Tim?
This horse is so tricky. So tricky in the first 4 seconds. I just hope Rocker does not open up off the first jump. If he can keep this horse gathered for the first 4, then turn it loose, it's his to lose. But there's a lot of stuff going on right here. But he's going after it. He is going after it. And there's a lot going on here.
Wow. He laid it out there.
You want to talk about gutsy? You want to talk about, he left everything out there. He left nothing on the table.
And he saw his dad and his grandfather cheering him on right there. Waiting for the scores to roll on in
88.
here. Yep, 88.
They better get the auditors out.
No kidding.
And they better get a few of them, because I don't think anybody knows how this is going to shake out.
I don't either. I think Dean Thompson, but maybe, but I don't know.
With moving up in the average, placing ahead of Rocker in the round, this is so close.
Yeah, and he came in last night, and looking at the what-ifs, Dean Thompson was right there. Bradley Miller would have been number 1, but he has kind of been taken out of the equation. So Leighton Berry wins the round, 91 points for him. Dean Thompson's going to win the average. And they're trying to figure it out right now, who wound up in the top spot in terms of the world standings. There's a look at our Mahindra results.